Hello, I'm Mike Gibson and welcome back to Moscow Mosaic. Not long ago, we reported on the world-renowned GITEX Global Exhibition here in Dubai. And today we're back in this remarkable city once again. Early December brings Moscow Days to the United Arab Emirates. The Moscow City Government delegation has prepared an exciting and varied program, and we'll be sharing all the details with you in this episode. Stay tuned. On today's program, Moscow strengthens interregional ties with United Arab Emirates.
For us, the United Arab Emirates is one of the most significant partners, not only in the Persian Gulf, but in the Middle East as a whole.
How the Russian capital supports its compatriots abroad.
This is the atmosphere of a business-oriented conversation on how to make communication between compatriots and their homeland more effective, simpler, more accessible, and most importantly, more useful.
The Moscow government delegation visited the Sharjah Free Economic Zone.
These are truly new breakthrough technologies they have, and we would very much like to find a connection between the Sharjah Research Park and the MSU Science Park.
Russian classics and Arabian luxury. A gala concert as part of Moscow Days was held in the heart of Dubai.
For me, today is probably the crowning moment of my life. I couldn't even imagine, first of all, that it would happen this way, that the concert would coincide with my birthday, and that it would take place right here.
Dubai is the largest city in the United Arab Emirates, located on the shores of the Persian Gulf. It is a place where history meets the future. Just half a century ago, Dubai was a modest port town. Today, it is a global symbol of fantastic progress and the efforts of people united by a common goal. The name of this city is known worldwide, as are its main landmarks: the towering Burj Khalifa skyscraper, luxury hotels, giant shopping malls, and unique museums. Jamil Art Center is one of Dubai's newest attractions. It is located on the shores of Dubai Creek, the city's historic center. And this region is the Dubai Marina. It's really beautiful. And this is the Museum of the Future, one of the most beautiful and indeed unique museums of the world. Today, Dubai continues to develop, amaze and attract people from all over the world, including Russia. Cooperation between the UAE and Moscow has a long history. It was built in parallel with the dizzying growth of the Emirates themselves. Today, it represents a solid alliance based on mutual political, economic and cultural interests. In the summer of 2024, UAE Culture Days were held in the center of Moscow with great success. Now it is time for a return visit. In early December, a large delegation from the Russian capital arrived in Dubai to hold Moscow Days in the United Arab Emirates. The cornerstone of Moscow Days in the United Arab Emirates is the business forum, Moscow Dubai Cities of Sustainable Future. We're expecting an impressive lineup of distinguished guests and compelling topics for discussion. The business forum is being held in Dubai's most iconic and recognizable landmark, the Burj Khalifa skyscraper, and it's surrounded by many other amazing attractions. The business forum opened with a plenary session discussing the prospects for developing cooperation between Moscow and the United Arab Emirates. Among the main tasks are increasing trade turnover and developing investment activities. The session was moderated by Sergei Chiromin, Minister of the Moscow government and head of the Department for External Economic and International Relations of Moscow.
For us, the United Arab Emirates is one of the most significant partners, not only in the Persian Gulf, but in the Middle East as a whole. And if we talk about economic statistics, Moscow alone accounts for approximately 3 billion in foreign trade turnover with the Emirates. We have many representative offices of Moscow companies operating here. The Emirates are actively investing in high technologies in the Russian Federation, including in Moscow.
Participants of the discussion noted that today business partnership between Moscow and the Emirates is actively developing thanks to similar interests in business, trade, and cultural exchange.
I am delighted to attend the forum because there are so many Russian and Moscow-based entrepreneurs here. The forum is dedicated to B2B interaction within Moscow Days in Dubai. Every time I see Moscow entrepreneurs in Dubai, I see their new ideas, contracts, interactions, and cooperation with the entrepreneurs participating in the forum, as well as with development.
You know that Dubai and UAE is booming, so they are looking for also private sector that they want to establish new branch here in UAE, and the government is supporting the private sector to come, right? So basically, we are trying to develop these connections with the Russian organizations, both public and private, and we are supporting them, connecting with the local partners here in UAE and try to accelerate business growth for them.
The Moscow-Dubai Cities of Sustainable Future Business Forum brought together representatives of international business associations, export structures, and heads of high-tech companies working in information systems, artificial intelligence, computer vision, robotics, and digital platforms.
Expectations from the forum always include good networking. Colleagues share their experiences of how they entered the UAE market, what challenges, difficulties, problems, and opportunities they faced. We will share some of our own experiences today. The World Boxing Championship is also taking place in Dubai today. At every event, I see boxers doing something. They see boxing unites. I want boxing and robotics to unite us all here in the Emirates.
Moscow is right in the middle, and I think there would be a lot of inflow of capital coming to Moscow because already there are a lot of people from Moscow here, very successful, they are feeling home. And I think on the right timing, it will be a good, UAE could play a very good, they're already playing as a government-to-government mediation between the US, European unions. They are playing that role.
The forum also touched upon the protection of the rights of Russian entrepreneurs working in the Emirates, and of course, shared Moscow's experience and success stories in the economic sphere.
The city authorities created the conditions after which energetic, active people involved in entrepreneurship helped Moscow reach these heights. The best digital technologies, transport organizations, security, and the creation of comfortable conditions for Muscovites. In everyday life, healthcare, education, this is all thanks to the active development of entrepreneurship.
The business program of the Moscow Days of the United Arab Emirates continues, and we've just arrived in Sharjah, which is the third largest city in the UAE and the administrative center of this emirate. The Moscow government delegation, led by Minister and Head of the Department for External Economic and International Relations, Sergei Cheromin, arrived here to learn about the work of the Spark Innovation Park. This is a specialized free economic zone and technology park established under the auspices of the government of Sharjah in 2016. The Innovation Park is located next to Sharjah's leading state university, and both institutions work in close cooperation. The university provides personal, scientific knowledge and research. Spark, in turn, provides a platform for this research with all the necessary equipment and helps find industrial partners.
This all came from the leadership vision, from His Highness vision, in terms of supporting researchers and the beautiful universities that we have here and the strong universities that we have, to support them in commercializing their research, their ideas, their products, and take it to next level. So the way we act is in utilizing our ecosystem from academia, from industry, from government relations, to take these researchers to the next level and to empower Sharjah to become an innovation, a regional and also global innovation hub that can serve the community and serve the global as well.
Representatives of the Innovation Park gave a tour of its territory. They explained which ideas are being developed and launched here and which technologies are being applied. Guests from Moscow inspected laboratories where 3D printers, chips, automotive equipment, and much more are created.
These are truly new breakthrough technologies they have, and we would very much like to find a connection between the Sharjah Research Park and the MSU Science Park, which is located in the district I lead. I'm more than confident that if we combine the science deeply rooted in Russia with the new technologies available in Sharjah, for example, if a delegation comes to Moscow and we visit them, it will be very beneficial for the development of science as a whole.
During the Moscow delegation's visit, the participants discussed bilateral cooperation, including interaction with residents of the Skulkovo Innovation Center, and talked about new joint projects.
Well, it was a very fruitful and interesting discussion today, the one that we had with His Excellency Sergei from the government of Moscow. We have always had discussion and interaction and a vision to work with a global and also Moscow to work on technology transfer, technology exchange, expand startups from Sharjah to Moscow and vice versa, attract technology company, unique technologies to Sharjah. Today was marking a good day in terms of these discussions for a potential collaboration.
During Moscow days in the United Arab Emirates, a professional boxing tournament featuring Russian athletes took place in Dubai. Naturally, we couldn't miss this exciting event. I've only ever seen boxing in the movies and on TV, and this is the first time I've seen it at a real professional tournament, and it's amazing. IBA Pro 13 is one of the tournaments within the professional series. It was organized by the International Boxing Association, which supports and promotes Russian athletes on the international stage.
This is the first, officially, the first heavyweight title on Dubai soil.
Wow.
In United Arab Emirates, there never ever been a professional heavyweight title fight. IBA is proudly bringing it over.
That evening, stars of world and Russian boxing entered the ring.
And this is David Zukayev from Ossetia, is fighting guy from Uzbekistan.
Right.
Said Rahimov, they very well matched. Listen, we don't mess around. Everything is 50-50 here. It's bone to bone.
Right.
That's the way we like it. There's no point to cause mismatches.
Right.
It's all about the best man winning on the night, and this is a prime example of this.
Fans were treated to several major bouts. Each fight consisted of 8 rounds. There was everything: dynamics, pressure, adrenaline, and incredible energy.
We came for a big boxing match, not on TV, so it's a special event for us. I really liked how everything was organized, and of course when you watch it closely, you hear every punch. It adds so much emotion. When you watch on TV versus watching here, the emotions are completely different. You feel everything here, down to the smallest details. You can hear the hits. It even makes me want to start training. I've never boxed before, but this is really, really inspiring.
The Moscow government has always actively supported its compatriots abroad. Joint work is underway in a variety of different areas. We will find out how Russian compatriots live in the Emirates today at the next meeting. Within the framework of Moscow Days in the United Arab Emirates, the conference Compatriots Today, Work, Tasks, Prospects took place. Sergei Chinomin, Minister of the Moscow government and head of the Department for External Economic and International Relations of Moscow, participated in the plenary session of this event. The head of the department spoke about the work the capital is doing to support compatriots and presented a report on the city's achievements.
We always speak of Moscow as a sustainably developing city. Therefore, at almost all international conferences and exhibitions, our main slogan and the name of Moscow's exposition is Smart, Sustainable Moscow.
Maxim Vladimirov, Consul General of the Russian Federation in Dubai and the Northern Emirates, and Alexander Bashkin, head of the Rossотрудничество Representative Office in the UAE, also spoke at the conference.
This atmosphere, while heartfelt, warm and soulful, is also most importantly businesslike. It's the atmosphere of a business-oriented conversation on how to make communication between compatriots and their homeland more effective, simpler, more accessible, and most importantly, more useful. Since the main goal for compatriots is to feel their connection to the motherland, no matter where they are.
The conference was attended by representatives of the World Coordination Council of Russian compatriots living abroad from 20 countries in the Middle East, Asia, and Europe.
It's so pleasant to see familiar faces from previous conferences. I'm very grateful to the organizers for the opportunity they always provide us. This is truly unique and a great experience. The speakers are fantastic, as always, at these events, and I want to wish for more promotion of our great and powerful Russian language abroad. There's such a friendly, warm atmosphere here. You can see that compatriots, I would even say fellow countrymen, they all have gathered. The speeches are very emotional, and they see friends and family in each other because these are people from the motherland, from Russia.
Session moderator Ekaterina Kremenskaya spoke about the work being done with compatriots in Qatar. The organization pays special attention to the youth. The founders of the compatriots community of the Kingdom of Bahrain also spoke about working with the younger generation. In total, 6 thematic discussions were held as part of the conference's business program. They discussed the consolidation of society and interaction between generations. A separate block was dedicated to the use of artificial intelligence technologies in daily life and professional activities. This program about Moscow Days in the United Arab Emirates is the 15th international edition of our show. We spoke with Alexander Lebedev, CEO of the Big Asia Media Group, about how Moscow is represented abroad.
When I watch how our program works, the first thing I think is that we have finally overcome the gravity of just Moscow. This program about Moscow is taking a step across borders. We have begun traveling the world. In this way, we promote Moscow alongside exhibitions and the work of the Moscow government. And it's very important to me that when we were here in Dubai recently, the mayor of Dubai said, "We don't have a program like this." And we said, "Let us make a program like that." Our presence here is another step towards understanding that Dubai is currently one of the world's centers. Everything is shifting to the east. And when we talk about the pivot to the east, the shift of the world economy, politics and culture, the fact that this culture is coming here. Oh, hello, sunshine.
Oh, hello!
Yes. Hello, Elmira. Hello. We were just talking about how our program overcame the pull of Moscow and went out into the world. And the very first program was in Baku. Do you remember what it was like? I remember, of course. It was a wonderful time. Remember when Azerbaijani children played chess with our deputies and Azerbaijani members of the Duma? Yes, and there was that wonderful premiere of the film The Champion about Karpov, right. Such pleasant memories. It's so good to see you in Dubai.
More than 60 artists came as part of the Moscow delegation to participate in a festive concert, which is part of the event, the Days of Moscow in United Arab Emirates. It's time for beautiful music. Stay tuned. The official program of Moscow Days in the United Arab Emirates concluded with a gala reception on behalf of the Moscow government. The event was attended by hundreds of guests from various countries. Here the guests are treated to Russian blini. Thank you so much. And I just love blini. And these are sweets from Russia. Oh, I love these. At an open-air venue in the heart of Dubai, near the Burj Khalifa, Russian melodies were performed by the Moscow Youth Chamber Orchestra under the direction of Valery Varona and the Lubor Miller Folk Song Ensemble. On this day, Valery Varona, violinist, conductor, teacher, organizer, and the inspiration behind many creative projects, turned 75. Moscow government minister Sergei Cheromin read a congratulatory telegram from the president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, addressed to the birthday celebrant.
It is gratifying that you sincerely care about preserving the great traditions of our national culture. You pay tireless attention to supporting young talents and actively bring creative educational projects and initiatives to life. I wish you health and all the best. President Vladimir Putin. We deal with intellectual treasures, and here you have real eternal treasures. It's very inspiring. For me, today is probably the crowning moment of my life. I couldn't even imagine, first of all, that it would happen this way, that the concert would coincide with my birthday, and that it would take place right here. I believe that Moscow Days in the United Arab Emirates were very successful. It is very important for us that we continue to cooperate with Abu Dhabi, with Dubai, and Ras Al Khaimah. These are our reliable long-term partners. Therefore, Moscow will continue to pursue a policy of people-to-people diplomacy, as we say, city-to-city diplomacy. In today's very complex political conditions, this is one of the factors that will allow us to build a stable world in the future. And preserve the most valuable things we have worked on together for decades in the cultural, humanitarian, and of course, economic fields.
On this bright note, in the very center of Dubai, we conclude our program. Moscow days in the United Arab Emirates have come to an end, but I'm sure we'll definitely come back here again. You've been watching the program Moscow Mosaic, and I'm its host, Mike Gibson. See you next time. Bye.